Hey everybody, Danny Maude here. This week we're going to discuss how do you hit a driver. Now I target it at beginner golfers, but you know what? If you're an intermediate golfer or you've been playing golf for quite a while, this training should be really helpful because we're going to discuss the shape of the swing, the exact action that you're going to need to strike your drivers more consistently. We're also going to discuss some of the common pitfalls that I often see with golfers as they hit driver, and one of the main reasons why you possibly don't hit it as consistently as you like. So let's get cracking. The very first thing to realize, and one of the first problems I find with a lot of golfers, and I don't know whether you're the same here, but a lot of people feel that when they're swinging the club, they need to swing back straight and through straight. Kind of makes sense, right? You want to hit a straight shot. But the problem is, we want to become powerful. We want to also get some power. And because we stand to the side of the golf ball, we do not want the club going straight back and straight through. We need to allow the club to work on an arc around the body. So if you look at the club head here, it starts over here and then works around to here. Right? When it comes through, it comes back into impact, and then watch this, works around to this side. So immediately you can see here, the club is working on a shape around the body. So how can you go and work on this? What I'm not asking you to do is this. I don't want you to get the wrists doing this. I'll see a lot of the time people almost get in the shape when they're swinging, they're going, the wrist start fanning out. From this angle, I'll show you this, they tend to do a lot of this. So it's not this, it's not a wristy motion. What we want to do is we want to create a strong, natural arc. So biceps connected to left chest, try and keep this left arm and club forming a straight line. And then what we're going to do, we're simply going to rotate that immediately. So left shoulder's move back, it's completely square. Watch this, we're going to rotate back around, completely intact and really stable and really powerful. Again, from this position, have a look at here, bicep connected to left chest, rotate body round here, back into impact, and again, rotating through here. Simple way of getting the arc of the club working backwards and forwards. Second thing I want you to be aware of is the actual club face. So one of the things, sorry, I got a little bit distracted by the greenkeeper going down. So second thing I want you to work on is the actual club face itself. So just as golfers tend to come straight back with a path of the golf club, they often try and keep the club face very straight going back and very straight going through. But we don't want the club going straight back like this and then again straight through like this, because again there's no power and really we don't actually hit it straight like that. The club face naturally wants to do this. As I rotate, what do you notice about the club face there? It's actually pointing in that direction and the toe of the club's pointing to the sky, and as I rotate back in, it rotates to square and I rotate through. Now look, the club face is pointing over here and the toe is pointing to the sky. So there's a rotational motion, an opening and a closing. And I've got a tennis racket here to show this slightly more visually. So here I am. At the moment you can see here, you can see the back of the racket. Now watch this, as I rotate now, what can you see? You can't see either side, all you can see is straight down the line, yeah? And as I rotate through, look, bang, there's the racket here, and then watch this, we're rotating through here, bang, racket's pointing upwards. I'll show you from this side. So I'm rotating back here, now you can see the tennis racket, now you can't, and watch this, rotating through again. But I just emphasize with this is not a rolling of the wrists, not what I'm asking. So sometimes if you've heard of this concept before, people are often trying to get the toe up to the sky here and the toe up to the sky there by rolling the wrist. We don't want that. So just like the takeaway, left bicep connected, all I'm going to do here is do a simple turn away from the golf ball here, and again, turn back. And that, do you know what, is probably a very good way of practicing it. So let's have a look at this. Let's grab a ball and let's play a few shots. So I would do a lot of shots where you play some small shots where we're maybe only hitting it 30, 40, 50 yards, and all we're doing is turning to here and just doing this motion. It is super simple, but it's the most important bit of the golf swing, so it's worth practicing and again getting this right. So I'm just going to try and hit this maybe 50, 60 yards, maybe a bit further, but from here I'm going to rotate back, and all I'm going to do is rotate through. So halfway and halfway. Momentum will probably take you through a little bit further, so don't worry too much about that. But it isn't about power with this. This is about you getting the feeling of rotating to here and rotating to here on an arc with both an open club face and then a closing club face on the way through. And that's the first thing I want you to focus on when you're hitting driver. So the final thing that I want you to focus on is just to be aware that when you're hitting a driver, you got to hit the ball on the way up. Too many golfers, when they're picking up a driver, is they just pick it up and chop down on it. Now, if you look at that there, look, where's the loft facing if you hit down? It's going to go straight into the turf, yeah? So we want to hit the ball up in the air, right? Now, again, we don't want to do it with a wristy action, so what can we do? So here we go. We've worked on two concepts, right? We're going to keep with the same principle. So left arm and club forming a straight line here. We want to hit up on the driver. So to hit up on the driver, do we want to be in this position? No, we're going to hit down from there, right? If we keep this line intact. What do we need to do? We need to raise this up. Now we've got a chance, look, of hitting up on it. So look what I'm doing to my shape of my body. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to swing backwards, and look, I've kept that line intact. Now I'm rotating to here, I'm rotating through to here, but I'm doing it on an upwards motion. I'm sweeping the ball up. What I'm not doing is simply chopping down. That is it. Now, to get a feel for this, and an exercise you can do is just imagine here that you're going to leave the tee in the ground and you're going to hit the ball just up off that tee peg. You're going to hit it up off the tee peg by rotating here, swinging up, and then rotating through to impact here. And again, keep it small. This is about giving you an opportunity to feel this motion. Full swings, fast swings are so difficult to learn new skills and new techniques. So keeping this small, yes, you won't hit it as far as you'd like to start off with, but you will learn the most important concept, which is from here to here. And if you can get this right, then the other part of the action is super simple. So let's see this working. So what I'm going to do is just play again a very, very small shot, but I'm going to get my body in a position to hit naturally up on this ball here. It's going to rotate to here, rotate through again, but this time just imagine I'm also hitting it on the way up as well. And immediately there, I just get a higher trajectory and I swept the ball off the tee. So I hope you found this really, really useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know anyone else who may enjoy this content, then please share it. And of course, if you're enjoying the content and you'd like to receive it in your inbox every week, don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell. And until next week, have a great golfing week.